So you have been working really hard, you are being persistent, and you're taking every action possible to get to your desired outcome. Every day you're being focused and you're doing everything in your power to make things happen. But for some reason, there is something that is missing. You know it is missing, and it's not happening for you, right? So in today's episode, I'd like to cover the power of intention, because it's vitally important that when we are in this phase of life where we are wanting a completely different result, we need to follow a different method, because the method that we used to do is probably taken us so far. And to get to the next level of our life, we need to figure out a system that is going to help us to get to that next level. And that's the power of, shifting reality, understanding how to shift our reality. So the first thing to remember, like I have said in my past episodes, is that for us to shift our reality, we have to come to terms that all realities that we ever possibly want already exists. We don't have to create anything, it all exists. All we need to do is pick and choose the reality that we want. Rather than trying to figure out how to create the reality, we need to pick and choose the reality that we want. And to be able to do this, in our past episode, we spoke about two key ingredients. One, which is attention, and the second, which is intention. Now, in the previous episode, I spoke about the power of attention and how awareness is really important. Because if we want to make a shift, if we are not aware, there is no way we can actually pick and choose the reality that we want, right? And to be able to get into awareness, we had an exercise that we had to practice on a daily basis, and probably you'll have to do it throughout your life. But it trains you of how to be in awareness. Now, if you've missed that episode, it is episode number 20, and it was about the power of awareness. Now, in today's episode, we'll cover the second ingredient, which is power of intention. Now, before I go into intention, I want you to recognize that there is a difference between desire and intention. So what is desire? Desire is when we know what we want. So we know what we don't want, and then we know what we want. And that is our desire, that we want that. And desire ends there. And the power of intention kicks in, where intention helps you to manifest what you want. It is the actions that will happen in intention that will get you closer to your goal, or it will achieve the goal that you're after. So within intention, we've got to recognize that there are two kinds of intentions that we have. One is inner intention and one is outer intention. But for a moment, I want us to pause and understand in depth the difference between desire and intention. So once we get aware of what we really want, which is our desire, let's take the example that you desire to have an ice cream. Okay? So that's where desire ends. You want an ice cream. The intentions that happen are the following. You open the knob, or you twist the knob of the door. You open the door. You step out of the door. You walk towards the shop. You go into the shop. You ask the person on the counter that you would like to have, a chocolate ice cream or a strawberry ice cream or a vanilla ice cream, whatever it is. The person goes, picks the ice cream and gives it to you. You pay for it and then you start eating your ice cream. So all those steps were intentions. all right? The desire was left back at the door that you wanted the ice cream. And the intention helped you to taste the ice cream and feel the ice cream and enjoy the ice cream. So now with that understanding, now let's move on to what is inner intention. So inner intention, as analytical people, as logical thinkers, we probably have been trained right from a young age of how to take action by ourselves to get a desired outcome. So if it was at university and you needed to be able to pass university, you took action. Your inner intention was, I need to study every day. I need to put in so many hours to be able to get to the exam and pass the exam. So those were all things that we took, that we have control over. That is our inner intention, all right? And sometimes we get stuck only using inner intention. What we don't recognize is that there is a force outside of us. There is something beyond us that can help us to be able to get to our desired outcome. It can help align certain areas of your life. Once you have proclaimed it, once you have already put it out there in the universe that I want this result, the universe will start aligning and bringing things towards you. It will start bringing opportunities, possibilities, tools, strategies, people that can help you to get to that desired outcome. But oftentimes we only get stuck with inner intention and we don't embrace outer intention. And for you to be able to shift reality, you've got to know that there is something inside of you and then there is something outside of you that is going to help you to make it happen. Oftentimes we have doubts, that, why is this happening? Or, I was expecting this particular result and, I'm getting something completely different. But the universe is aligning. It's giving you different clues. It's giving you different examples of what you need to do to be able to get to that desired outcome. So I'll give you a very simple example. When I started my business in recruitment, I had the goal that, every year our turnover needs to be around 350,000. But for the first year, I settled for 150,000. That was my goal, My inner intention was that every day I'm going to pick up the phone or I'm going to send an email and have an outreach campaign to X number of people that, we are in business. This is who I am. This is what I do. This is my strengths. And this is how I can help you. There were times where things were not happening the way I wanted to happen. And it used to disappoint me. I used to feel a little bit upset. I used to feel a little bit angry sometimes. Sometimes I would feel depressed. Why is this not happening? But what was happening was that the universe was aligning my process. It was allowing me to tweak the process that I needed to actually make it happen. Right? The way I was sending the email, the way I was talking to people, the way I was receiving the email, how I was reading the email, all these things were happening so that I could get to my desired outcome, which was, the reality that I wanted, right? Now, similarly, for you to be able to get to a completely different result, to be able to shift your reality, you've got to embrace both inner intention and outer intention. But all of this can only happen if we are aware of our actions. If we embrace attention, which was in episode number 20. Okay, the exercises that we had to do to bring ourselves to the present moment. It's really important for us to recognize that if we are not aware, even if the universe brings something in front of you, you won't be able to pick it up. right? Even though you keep doing the actions, if you're not aware of those actions, you won't be able to tweak the process. So it's really crucial that when you have recognized that you need to shift your reality, you first list down what is your current reality, and then bring attention to what is happening in that present moment. Every moment, bring attention. And it takes practice to bring yourself back to attention, because sometimes we get into unawareness, be in autopilot mode, and we don't want to go there, right? So we have to practice attention. And then once we practice attention, it is about recognizing that there is inner intention and outer intention. Inner intention are all the actions that we can possibly take, and outer intention is believing, knowing. That there's a difference between belief and knowing. Knowing is you know it's going to happen, right? And you've got to believe that your best friend is the outer force. It's the universal power, the universal force that is working for you, not against you. Whatever is happening during those actions is in your benefit. It is for you to become the person that you want to be. And let me give you an example to break it down about the outer intention. Let's say you want to have an Asian dish. I don't know why I'm talking about food. Maybe I'm hungry, but let's just imagine that we want to have a meal which is Asian cuisine. Now the desire is that you want to have Asian cuisine. The inner intention is that you have gone to the restaurant, you have seated yourself at the table, you've opened the menu, you've chosen your dish, you have placed your order, right? Now the outer intention is that the person will go into the kitchen and prepare your meal. They will set up your table, they will bring the meal to you, and it's up to you then, with your inner intention, to be able to eat and enjoy the meal, right? But during the time when that food was being prepared, it took some time for that dish to be prepared. And that is exactly what happens when we know what we want, we start taking action. We have to give it time for the universe to be able to align different steps for you to reach your goal. But you've got to know that you are going to reach that goal. You've got to believe that the universe is there to look after you. All right? Because many times as analytical thinkers, when things are not going our way, we start giving up. We start getting frustrated. We start getting upset. And what happens is the direction starts changing. But if we start being aware that, okay, this is what's happening. What is the lesson that is there in this? What's the good in this? Maybe, someone's told you that if you upload videos on YouTube, you will get a lot of leads. And you have been uploading videos and there is no one even looking at your videos. It's just lost in the ether, right? And you're like, I'm making all these videos and what's happening? Why is no one actually, contacting me? It is just a process. It is a process for you to become better. It is a process where the universe is aligning, okay, what topics you need to speak about. You might suddenly come across a video where you've recognized, oh wow, I should actually do that topic for my audience. Or you might come across someone who says, I can help you with advertising your videos. And then, taking action to say, is this actually going to help me to move forward in my goal? Or a tool might come across your way where, if you do certain optimizations, it can help you to be able to reach your target audience. Or it could be that while you are speaking to someone, you can share a video and they get enough benefit that they share your video with someone else. All of this is happening. And we can't actually see it happening, but it is happening for us. It is happening to help you to get to the reality that you want. So let me try and summarize what we have covered so far. First is that different realities that we want already exists in this universe. We don't have to create anything. All we have to do is pick and choose the reality that we want. Second is that when we are on this path, we have to train ourselves to be in awareness. So the power of attention is very important, and we went through that exercise in episode number 20. Third is the power of intention. But before we can embrace the power of intention, we need to know the difference between desire and the power of intention. Desire, it tells you what you want. Intention are the actions that are taken either by your inner intention, that is your inner self, or the universe helping you, which is the outer intentions that get aligned, right? Now, to make this inner intention really useful, here is an exercise that I want you to practice. It's a very basic exercise, but you do it for every aspect when you're taking action. It is about declaring the action that you're going to take before you take that action. So for example, if you are, let's just take the example that we want to drink water. So before you start drinking water, you declare, all right, I am going to fill my glass of water. And then you go and fill your glass of water. I'm now going to raise my glass of water. So then you raise your glass of water. In my case, it's a cup with tea in it, but let's just take it as water for now. I am going to sip my water. And then you sip your water. I'm going to put my glass down. And then you put your glass down. I'm going to now wash my hands, and then you wash your hands, right? If you start declaring every action, be it in your health, be it in your professional life, be it in your relationships, at every phase, even in your mind, you don't have to declare it loudly, you can say it in your mind. So for example, if I'm going into a client meeting, I know my outcome that I would like for that meeting. I just declare it, and then every step I say to myself in my mind, I am doing this, and then I do it. The reason for this action is because it helps you to start aligning awareness and intention, and it also helps the universe to start aligning things for you. I hope this episode has been useful. I hope you will do the exercises and, create that life that you want. I hope you will trust your outer intention that it is working for you. My name is Zurika. I live in New Zealand, and I would love for us to be friends, and I hope I am going to be your virtual friend as much as I would like you to be my virtual friend. If you think that these episodes are being useful to your life, if you think that you are in that phase where you want to go to the next level of your life, then what I've done is I've created a free strategy session so that we can both connect. We can have a conversation, because in today's world, everyone is, running after different courses, trying to do different strategies, and we've lost that human connection. And my only way to be able to connect with you is to create that free strategy session. It's a 45-minute session, and it's all about you. It's not about trying to sell you on some magic pill. It's about actually trying to figure out what is your blind spot. What are some of the things that you're currently doing, and what things probably you need to do to get to that next level? How do you practice attention? How do you practice inner intention? How do you practice outer intention? What are some of the tools that probably you require, and probably which channels you need to follow to be able to actually tweak the process that you need. so that you can get that desired result. And if you're interested in that 45-minute session, then you can either click on the link below if you're watching this on YouTube, or you can go to www.livinganamazinglife.com, and on the page there should be a button which says free strategy session. Click on it, fill out that application form so that I get to know you as well. And then once I receive the application, I will look through it. And if I can help you, I will definitely send you a message or a calendar invite within 48 hours so that we can have our session together. I wish you peace. I wish you health. I wish you abundance of joy and happiness and whatever you want, in terms of success, because success is different for different people, right? You look after yourself. Take care. All the way from New Zealand. Namaste.